Perfect. Huh? Oh man, must be cold in Australia.
Well, we have gone from seasonably normal to where the fuck did spring go? Uh, not a fan, by the way. Uh, but it makes me think of my dad because my dad loves this kind of weather, and that's also where this song comes from. My dad had that Edison player in his tool shed out on his 3.5 acre tree farm. And often on rainy days or days where probably he could tell I was just brain dead, would go into his little shack and take the blanket off the Edison player and play these old weird tunes like that one for hours. And then we would go out and get dinner at a buffet because my dad weighs about 350 pounds. And it was lovely. So on the other side of the coin, who knows how long I'll talk during this one, right? because you think I'm pretty smart, right? Well, I think I'm pretty smart.
You're pretty amazing. Of course, you're pretty smart. You're brilliant.
Well, you've always felt like my dad to me, and I've wondered why.
I
how?
felt that.
Yeah, you come from the same place as my dad, and it's you look nothing like my dad. Your mannerisms are not like my dad, but you come from that same location. And so you put up your video the other day, and I look, and it's, I don't know, 12 minutes. I don't know. I got a busy fucking day. When am I going to get to this?
Sorry, it was so long.
No, that's all right. And I'm going, when am I going to get to this? Right? You're recording this, right?
Yes.
Make sure you listen to this intro. This is important for you.
Okay.
When am I going to find the time? Where in my day? Right? And then I found the perfect slot, and I figured I can listen to at least half of it. And I clicked it. She is a location sorter. You do what my dad does. And I should have caught this 7 years ago or whatever, because your email was what? Alessandra Raising Europe or something like that?
Something, yeah.
Yeah, in your email, you're telling me you're a location sorter. And we've had dozens of calls together, and it never hit me that you sort the same way my father does. My dad will say, I was laying here for the past hour. Right? Where in space, where in time. Earlier today, I went to Carson's, and I ran into your friend from Connellsville, the one that lives on the corner. He sat across from me, and then Tim came out from behind the bar and brought me my favorite bourbon. It's made in Kentucky. He's all location. Yeah. His second sort is people. I suspect that's yours.
I always thought people was my first, but yeah.
Nah, you are so location, but you don't use location as a weapon against things. So you invite people into your location. Now watch your video, because your videos, hey, I'm here, my location. I wanted to bring you into my location. Look at my location. Your location. Yay. I love you people. I want you to come to my location. And later on you go, I want to go to 20 in Victoria's location. Grant's been to their location.
And it's fun because I always get angry when I go to Virginia because it's not the location I want to be at.
I always get angry when I go to where I don't want to.
I'm like, this is the wrong location I want to see you all in.
Yeah. And then even when you talk about your nephew or whatever, and you're talking about with a girlfriend or whatever, the way you're processing it is seeing him in her arms or her in his arms. In other words, the location of them. Yeah. Oh, and it's like, oh my fucking God, I can't believe I've missed this for so many years with you. And it tickled me to my soul. And it still does. And so I have to eat up the first bit of our call yakking about this.
Well, we can go longer and give you the full hour.
I don't. No, I'm all right. Yeah, I'll have help here at our quitting time, so they'll be driving me nuts. But
Funny because I remember when I wanted to be in California with Grant, I imagined being on a video call with you and Victoria and Grant from California to imply, and so it's like, and I even
yep.
noticed after you said that, I even noticed like, where am I, like, if I'm noticing my body, how am I fit, how like feeling like I'm fitting in my body. Well, it's like,
Oh, am I fitting my exactly?
Like, is that's location, or
exactly.
Like, so anyway, so I love it. I'm like, oh wow, this is super cool. Yeah.
Yeah. the ramifications of this. Now I point this out to Victoria. I said, "You're not going to believe what a fucking idiot I am. It's only taken me 7 years, right? So I'm assuming we've known each other about 7 years.
Yeah.
So I say to her, "What's Alessandra's sort?" And I hit the button, and she goes, "Location."
That is well, and I'm very touched that you say that I remind you of your dad, and you're always like wondering why. And you remind me of mine. So yeah, like I remember. I think I remember. Okay, so this is totally crazy too. Okay, maybe we have to reschedule this class.
No. This will work out perfect. Okay. And assuming we don't say anything you don't want to share, feel free to share this recording with everyone.
Okay.
Right? Because so you keep going, then I'll grab the stick back.
Okay. So, well, a couple things. So Ashley Urias, I'm sure she's fine if I share this. I'm trusting that. So we were chatting one day, and I was like, "Oh, I'm imagining hearing Brian and Grant laugh, and yes. Together that we're all together." And she's like, "Okay, cool." And this was a year ago, and so I thought honestly, like I had imagined that we were eating together because that's the location. I wasn't specific about that, but Grant and I were at a restaurant called Black Cow or something in Montrose. And I remember texting Brian. This was a couple years ago, just before I messaged Ashley about imagining Brian and Grant laughing, blah, 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 let's get together. And when we got together, we ended up going to that very restaurant where I had first taken that picture with Brian, or I was chatting with Brian. This was like 2 years ago. It was right. From it was from my old Facebook account. So I don't have the messaging on it, but I have the picture. I remember the picture I took of me when I was chatting with Brian in that location. And I was like, oh my God, because it was so, and then I remember being at a Starbucks. This is about being in a Starbucks, communicating with you in Berlin, communicating with you over email. And I think I even told you that I just smelled cigar smoke out of nowhere in the Starbucks. And I was like, my dad is here. I don't know. It was such a weird, like I've had so many of those, but I felt this connection with you that you were, that
I got it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to up the ante. Assuming we don't say anything that we decide we don't want to share this, would you like me to share this on my YouTube thing and drive traffic to you?
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Cool. So even this story, you're sharing location and time, location and space. For a location sorter, this is how you most easily manifest. But it's now we've got identity-based manifesting. So your identity always comes first, but your identity gets to experience a location and the activity in that location, and how that location changes because of the activity. And then the stuff that changes, and this is going to be a supermarket. They're adding a second floor. You got it? This is process the universe. So there's a location that you experience yourself into. then your identity takes on that location. The
Yes.
activities in that location tickle you.
Yes.
And then wow, I really am in this location. And then the stuff in the data change. That's
Yes.
all after, right?
Yes.
So to help promote you too, one of the things that I noticed in your process, and again, it hit me like a ton of bricks because it shouldn't have taken me 7 years to notice this, right? The you teach how to experience singing from different locations in the body. And I just moved my voice into different locations in the body while saying this. You've helped me explore voice in locations, right?
Yeah.
So this is part of your gift. You're not just teaching the activity of singing. What you're doing is inviting people to come home to their bodies and to bring singing from different areas themselves and their bodies.
Which is coming home to themselves, to their souls, their
Yeah.
Yes.
So my weird request. So you said, "Hey, let's book," and I'm like, "Yeah, okay." Pick a time, and you pick a time and go, "Cool, that works." What are we gonna sing? I got nothing. I got nothing. I keep. I go out. I go in. I open up. I got nothing. The only thing I got showing up is my dad. All right. Then I watch your video, and then it's like, the most ridiculous song I could sing, the most lovely song I could sing, would take you and I to a place in space with a fellow that was a young fellow back then who's an old fellow now. I don't know if he'll ever hear this song again. I don't know if he owns a copy of it. I know he doesn't own the old Edison player anymore. He regrets having sold that. I have mentioned to him one day, I said, "Dad, I was sitting in my chair watching YouTube back at the old cottage. Tell me more." Yeah, I got him hooked. And I came across the song that we used to listen to in the tool shed out in the country on Sunday afternoons about the old swimming hole. Oh my goodness. The one where he jumps off and does the sitting, standing, sitting dive into the pool. Yeah, that's it, Dad. Wow. What a gift to explore where I can sing that from, where else I can sing that from, and invite you to the journey to my dad's property. That's closer to you, yet far away from you. And so far away from me that it's a distant memory and a right now experience.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, we are.
Cool. People are watching. Virginia's beautiful. I love it.
Well, so I trashed Ohio in the last Remarkable call. Just having fun. And it's like, oh fuck, I really don't hope I really hope I didn't really offend anyone. Because I love Ohio. I have a lot of fun memories there, but I like the jokes. It's round in the middle and it's, what is it, Ohio? It's round on the edges and high in the middle or something like that. I don't know. Just good fun.
Well, good. Well, I have so many memories of music with my dad as well. They're different. He loved Gershwin and stuff like that, but it's very special to associate music with these beautiful, with our.
I agree. got some lyrics here. Oh, this is so good. All right. So where do we go from here?
So it was funny. I was playing this to familiarize myself with it, and Grant was like, "What's that? Like, this is what 29 are doing." And he's just started cracking up. He's like, "That's perfect." So,
Yeah, nice.
so let's just warm up a little bit. Let's do blop blop blop.
Blop, blop, blop.
Good. Blop blop blop.
Blop, blop, blop.
Blop blop blop.
Blop, blop, blop.
Beep beep beep.
Beep, 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 beep.
That's perfect. Let it out. It's okay. It's like
Let it out.
let it out. It's good because it's like, woo, what's that? It's like a, popping up a champagne bottle. Like, woo, it wants to come out. Beep beep beep.
Beep, beep, beep.
Beep beep beep.
Beep, beep, beep.
I love that Victoria said that. She's like, well, of course, location sorter.
Oh my God. And I may have noticed it before academically, but it hit me so hard at the core, right? By the way, for those who can't see, academically, I'm pointing to my head, right? I make a head distinction, that's all right. But to have that full-on epiphany experience of, oh my God, right? She organizes her whole experience like my dad does. Wow. Oh,
Well, I'm on
lovely. So am I. I get to spend time with you.
time with you. Okay. Beep beep.
Beep.
Like
That's
beep beep.
beep, beep, beep.
Good. Beep beep beep.
Beep, beep, beep.
Bleep bleep bleep.
Is there a blah in there?
Yeah, it's like BLEP. Beep bleep bleep.
Bleep, bleep, bleep.
Bleep bleep bleep.
Bleep, bleep, bleep.
The L is an articulator to help allow the tongue to be more forward. Bleep bleep. So that's what.
Bleep, bleep.
There you go. Bleep bleep bleep.
Bleep, bleep, bleep.
Nice. Bleep bleep bleep.
Bleep, bleep, bleep.
If you choose to sit up a little bit, I want to say straighter. You don't have to, but it might help with the breathe, with the going a little deeper with the breath. Bleep, bleep, bleep.
Bleep, bleep, bleep.
Beep, beep, beep.
Beep, beep, beep.
Beep, beep, beep.
Beep, beep. That ain't gonna happen. Beep.
Okay, but this is really good. Good. Beep, beep, beep.
Beep, beep, beep.
So funny.
Say again?
It's so good. You're nice and open and resonant.
Wow.
Yeah. You feel that?
No.
No?
Where would I feel it?
Beep. I want to say in your expression, so like if you're feeling beep, do you feel I don't know, when I notice fullness that it's coming through for myself, it feels like the channels have opened up. you know?
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
nice.
and it feels like, and I don't, well, I've learned not to listen, but I can notice, observe, or witness, as we talk about, that there's a nice dome of sound coming through.
A nice dome of sound.
I
Nice.
know. I'm sure there are many. Well, I know there are far more technical ways of expressing that, but this is my way.
So part of the gift you get to give to the world, boy, this is going to be so yummy. I'm going to run this through a program called Script and let it pull the transcript out, which ought to be utterly fascinating, right? So it'll make a little video that has the transcript and people can read it and try to follow along and all that bullshit. Part of your gift is getting us out of our heads when we're singing.
Mm.
So if I go up in my head, I'll be singing and thinking about singing, which will split my attention.
Right.
And that's not fun, right? It's like getting a massage while thinking about doing my taxes.
Yeah.
And then while I'm doing my taxes, I'll be thinking about a massage. And when I'm getting a massage, I'll be thinking about, I wonder what country that this lovely masseuse came from and what her childhood. And then I'm never there and I don't get the benefits of the massage. And she doesn't get shit out of my daydream about where she came from. That's what getting technical would give to people. You inviting me to the dome. Yeah. So metaphor, or whatever this is, analogy, metaphor, whatever, representational language instead of factual language. Representational invites people to a new representation. In other words, a new space.
And then
So exactly. So part of the gift of Alessandra is to invite me to notice, oh, that's really resonant. And I'm noticing where I'm stuck, which will put me in my head. And you're noticing, I'm noticing when I'm stuck, when I'm sticking, and you're inviting me to notice where I'm resonant.
Mm.
So that shift from literally that to this beautiful. This is part of the gift that you give to your people, and as quote unquote a coach, this is what a coach actually does. They don't really correct mistakes; they expand experience. So you're inviting me to occupy the dome.
That's right.
Like I invite people to, instead of talking at people, to bathe them with their words. To get in a hot tub with somebody, is a very special experience. I'm sharing the same water as you. We're bathing each other, which is what we're doing now. How sweet.
And I love how birds are singing with us.
Oh, those are the Carawong, 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 Carawong. You'll hear about them in the podcast over the next couple of days. Carawong, we love them.
That's amazing.
Nice. Your turn. I'm just going to keep grabbing the stick because I really want to expose where you come from and the space you invite people to.
Thank you. I'm truly honored and blessed and grateful. I love you so much. Okay. So now I want to explore filling in more space with your sound. So we were doing beep, beep, beep. Those are short staccato. It's called staccato, like short notes. And now we're just gonna play with lengthening, like blah, blah, blah. So just feeling like you're just moving the sound through you a little bit longer.
Blah, blah, blah.
Okay. And you can still connect them. So blah, higher just because no, I
You
won't.
do.
I don't, I don't want to confuse. So, okay. Blah, blah, blah. That's more. So, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Good.
Listen
Blah.
to that.
So, when you do the second blah, make sure you're still giving it forward instead of blah, instead of it pulling back. Blah, blah, blah. So blah. I'm exaggerating just for
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah. God, that's blah, blah, blah.
Good. And so what happened? This happened with me last night a little bit. I was in a rehearsal and my breath wasn't as full because I wasn't totally warmed up, which is whatever. But the sound we want to allow blah to kind of move this way. Blah, blah, blah. So you're turning over way. There we go.
Blah, blah, blah.
Good. Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
Good. Blop, blop, blop.
Blop, blop, blop.
Good. And notice how that's right in the pocket. So you can actually sustain the pitch longer. Blop, blop, blop. Maybe let's do it that way.
Blop, blop, blop.
It got stuck there because you were lingering on the L. So say what were we doing? We're doing bop, bop. Say bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
Okay. Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
There we go. Do you feel how that's in the pocket?
Yeah, nice.
So now sustain them a little bit longer. Like let them vibrate each one. Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
Yes, that's it. Do you notice the difference?
Yeah, totally. Nice.
So whenever we're exploring pitch and connection, you can play that. That's what I always do. It helps with that staccato, that just finding the beep, 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 beep. Okay, location again, right? Beep, beep, beep. But
Wow.
When we're wanting the breath, that connection, it's a really good way to find where that pocket is of that sound, where the sound wants to slip into. Even bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
Yes. Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
This is amazing, 20. And you know it, right? You can feel that. I'm not.
This is really, whether or not we get to the song, it don't matter, right? I'm really noticing figure eights within my body, like an infinity thing. It's the way I punch, and I've never experienced it like this with singing.
Yes. So that's where it's like you're hooked up in a way to your resonance, where when you find that spot where you can start, and it's like then the sound knows where to go instead of it kind of trying to find where it just kind of goes. When we find that, it's like a sweet spot in a way. Bop, bop, bop. I'm all rattly, don't mind me.
Got it.
Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop. Was there an L supposed to be in that? I couldn't tell with the
No,
words.
no.
Okay.
We're doing bop. That was good. How does that feel? Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop. Very
Good.
nice.
When you go to the pit, I'm being super picky here. Bop,
All right.
bop. Go instead of kind of bop bop, instead of kind of crooning to it. I'm exaggerating, you're not, it's a beautiful croon. Bop bop, but go right to the note. It'll be easier with the breath efficiency.
Bop, bop, bop.
But lengthen it. Bop bop bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
There you go. Do you feel the difference?
Yes.
It's okay if you don't, but I believe you. I just want to make sure. Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
Yeah. Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
Nice. Bop. Do this one, that last one, and maybe don't drop so low in your awareness of the pitch. Bop. Because I feel like your voice can go lower. I'm just exploring. Do that one more time. Say bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
Good. Doesn't that feel different? I mean, we started at the bottom this time. So now let's do bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
Yeah. Good. One more. Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
Oh, bop. That one again.
Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
That's cool. So when you practice this, you can notice when you're, so this is an E, it's really low. I'm just gonna assume you'll remember where that feels, because I know that you don't know. We'll just figure out, it's not important.
I'll just assume you'll remember where that feels.
I know,
right?
right? That's crazy.
Isn't it beautiful?
Your body knows. So when you approach it, when you first start it from there, it feels really in the pocket. When you go back down to it from up top, you're going a little bit, it's almost like you're going a little too low in your feeling. So bop, bop. And I'm being so picky, but I'm just having fun being picky.
Yeah.
Bop, bop, bop. Whoops.
Bop, 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 bop.
There you go. Good. Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, 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 bop.
Yeah. Here. Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop.
Good. Wow, we were pretty low. I don't want to push it down there. Let's go up here again. Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
Nice. You found that resonance where it can sustain. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Do you want to sing some of your song, or should we keep doing this?
How about if we just play and we'll actually do
Okay.
the song on the next bit, like our next call?
Okay, sounds good. Let's do Veep, V-E-E-P, Veep, Veep, Veep.
Veep, veep, veep.
Good. Veep, Veep, Veep.
beep, beep, beep.
Good. Do more of a v, like really let the v, it tickles, but let it vibrate a little bit more. Veep, veep, veep.
Beep, beep, beep.
Good. And you can imagine your tongue is kind of throwing over. Veep, veep. Veep, veep, veep. Like you're throwing the sound over. Veep, 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 veep. Veep, veep, veep.
Beep, beep, beep.
Yeah, there you go. Veep, veep, veep.
Beep, beep, beep.
Beep, beep, beep.
Beep, beep, beep.
Good. Let's go back to bop.
Ooh.
That's it. Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
Good. Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
That's so nice.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's really pretty. Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
Yes. Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
Good. I'm being picky just for fun. Bop.
I sort of left the building a little bit there.
Okay.
So you may, I'm curious about the recording. So when I left the building, I actually felt and experienced a little bit of a visual of my experience of hitting a heavy bag. When I hit hitting a heavy bag. When I hit a heavy bag, one of the things I do is I place my hand against it, and I'll emit at least 4 or 5 punches without the hand leaving the bag. So it's like, so like one punch is like, it's more like a what do we call those things? Jackhammer. So literally it's a whoop, 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 whoop. So that's sort of what I'm experiencing when we're doing this, that figure 8 going on in the body, that infinity symbol. And so when I leave the farm here, in other words, our call a little bit, and I'm experiencing that in the heavy bag, it's like cross-wiring the experience. And every time I do it, you point it out. You go, I'm gonna get super picky here, which is really adorable to me, because you may or may not notice I've left the building, but you notice something is different. Sweet.
That's so fun. I love that. And I love about your 8 because I haven't done that in a while, but I remember when I used to teach in person, now I forget, but I would have people do like a figure 8 of an exercise. And now I don't even remember what it is, but I just remember that I did that.
Yeah, nice.
Okay. Oh, so allow the resonance to happen before you even start. So so beep, so bop, bop, bop. So let it vibrate before you even speak that B.
Bop, bop, bop.
Yes, that's it. So you were present there. You didn't leave the building, right?
Totally.
Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
Beautiful. Do this one thing. That was beautiful. Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
Yes. Bop, bop, bop.
Bop, bop, bop.
Good for you. That was a note where you were like, I'm not going there before. And I snuck it in and you didn't even notice. So, when you go higher, and we won't maybe belabor that, we won't belabor it, but when you go up here, you can just keep feeling like your inner stretch. Maybe you're doing a flip with your voice, or you're turning over somehow. You can even, whatever that translates in your martial artistry. I know we would talk about, well, we were talking about arrows and stuff like that, but I want you to, which is also part of that, and I want you to feel and imagine like maybe you're doing a somersault. Bop, 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 when we get into that part of your voice. Do you want to just try it just for fun?
Yeah. It's all just for fun.
Well, of course. But I love how you say just for fun, because it's like a reminder to the brain of no pressure.
Hey,
So, bop, bop, bop.
bop, bop, bop.
Nice. How did that feel?
Different.
Well, I promise not to turn you into a soprano. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah. In other words, liar.
But hey, we went into the bass world today as well.
Yeah, beauty.
So we did okay.
So you could turn me into a soprano and a couple other things.
Yeah.
I could be like Nee and just be multilingual. So Nee says to me, right? And I'll say this because I can keep it pretty simple and confidential. But I tell Nee about the script. And I said, dude, you got to get the script. I don't know what it is. Let's say it's $20 a month. I'll make up a number. It's the only thing I can do. I don't know what I pay for anything. I said, you got to get this and play with it on your videos. And he goes, does it do multiple languages? And I thought, I don't know. I only butcher up 2 languages, English American and English Australian, right? So I only butcher up two versions of English. Turns out Nee does, I think, 10 different languages with his comedy, and the script does 23 languages. So I told him, you got to learn 13 more, right?
Yeah, that's just incredible.
It is, isn't it? but it's anyway. So that's just a seeming side note, but it's good fun.
Absolutely. Okay.
So what you're doing is you're descripting me.
Okay.
Yeah, you're taking me out of any script that I got going on about singing, head shit, and you're inviting me to literally more spaces. In other words, languages.
Yay.
Yeah. 2 different versions of English meet. Oh my God.
Well, I know we've talked about this before, but when you're speaking from the dog park and you're like shouting at someone, not shouting at them, but you're shouting to them to get their attention. You're just shouting to like say hi. But
Yes.
actually, you're really shouting. You're just speaking, and it might sound like you're shouting because you're so present. Your voice is in the
Booming.
your boom. Exactly.
Boom.
Exactly.
Yes.
And so you can continue when I go into my stratosphere high stuff, my teacher and I will talk about like the shout voice. It's like because it feels
Excuse me.
it feels like I'm shouting. It feels that way because it feels like just that extension, but it's just the sound is just piercing in a good way. It's cutting through. It's cutting through. So and you're already, I notice that's already coming through in your upper register too. So but you can just keep allowing that to take its form.
Yeah, nice.
Because it's fun. I was I think I did mention on the video, my student Eli, who I hadn't seen in 2 years because he went off to college. It was so fun because I told him, I said, he was having different pitch issues as far as like he wouldn't. I want to say he wouldn't. He didn't have pitch issues. That's such a weird, stupid statement. But he wasn't comfortable in the process of like locating right where the pitches were in relation to each other when we were doing these different exercises. And I told him, that will come with time as it kind of like permeates as you just let it just sit with you. You don't fight it. You don't like try to. You just keep working at it, keep exploring it. And so it was really fun because he's been doing all this different singing, and I noticed that his musicianship is really good now. I'm like,
Yeah.
like I told him, I was like, do you remember when we talked about this? And then he also had an experience with his bass voice, and we were just like, what? Again. So it was so beautiful for me to be able to witness that and to be part of that experience with him. But yeah, so it's nice how it's like they're this, as you know, it's like they're the same lessons in a way, but they're constantly shifting as one shifts and one experiences different things and locations, haha, and just locations of self. Um, yeah. So, but it's really beautiful. Okay.
It's a beautiful space shared.
Yeah.
Nice. Wow. I want to use the last 10 minutes or so to really give to you. And we've got about 10 minutes or so. And I'd like to really give to you. Can I do a mini 6-7 minute interview with you?
Sure.
All right, ready?
Ready.
Why? 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 That's my first question. Why?
Why do I love singing, or why is it important, or
You notice I'm really going big chunk here.
perfect?
Yeah, what shows up? Why?
Because it's life. Because
Yeah,
it's
done.
the essence of life. You know,
From what I can tell, what we are not is time. From what I can tell, what we are absolutely not is time. And what we are is life. And we get to give life. And we can get stuck in a model where it takes time. And what happens is, and it doesn't mean it doesn't take time. I plant a tomato, it takes time. But what's really happening is I'm giving life, and that gets to be expressed over time. All right. So you got the first one. Really cool. How cool is that? Like there's a right freaking answer. Number 2. Uh I listened to these songbirds today. Victoria said you're going to have competition or something like that.
she's hilarious. I love it.
With what I do, most people think my competition are NLP people or law of attraction coaches or whatever. My competition is nowhere near that. My mission is to help people discover the one cause. My competition is anything that denies that. A Snickers bar will make you happy. A Snickers bar will light up the same centers as affirmations do. Affirmations light up two centers in the brain according to fMRI studies. So does the Snickers bar, so does the Simpsons. But the Simpsons and Snicker bars and affirmations, none of them are involved with change. What's involved with change is you changing. So what happens when you connect with someone for an hour? What's the change you notice in them? And the change you notice in you.
There's always noticed that there's an awakening there, an awakening of a realization that they're more capable and that they have this ability that they didn't know.
Nice.
For me, I feel excited. Um, there's an awakening in me that I notice that I get to experience better, or um, I don't like the term holding space, but giving space, for that experience.
So I notice there's a Carol Wong, Carol Wong, Carol Wong, Carol Wong. Right here. I notice we live in a world full of information that people settle for. Let's learn about singing. Let's learn about music. Let's learn about Carol Wong, Carol Wong, Carol Wong. Then we can have insights, a magnitude of order of difference. Information is one thing. I don't get much information from you, and when I do, we both get lost. I get a lot of insight from you, but most importantly, I get epiphany moments. Epiphany moments have me notice a different location and spaces and spacing of me. So
Yes.
I don't give you time or money to get information. I can get that anywhere. What happens in the dance that we share is a little bit of information where we both get lost, and then two levels of finding that we find, which is the insight and the epiphanies. Number 3. Why should I book a call with you? Not me, but anyone. In other words, being a location sorter, you can open them up to a space and you can help them find something in the spacing and spaces of them.
Because whatever their goal is, I can take them there, and it will, they can apply that anywhere else in their life. For me, that's what I notice about my own practice, apart from being, performing or whatever. It's like, oh, this has given me confidence to know myself more. This helps me understand. It wakens up a whole new level of awareness that people can take with them throughout their life, throughout their journey. It will help people, whatever they're wanting to achieve. It'll help allow that access. Just that's really what I get is no matter what your mission in life is, right? Whatever your desire is for how you give to the world, when you take a lesson with me, you get an experience that gives you a different perspective to connect in other ways in your world. I don't know how to say it.
So you got a little lost in the data there.
I did.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
so let's celebrate that, and I'll toss my bid in. Ready?
Okay.
Uh,
I just
Curiosity.
have fun, you know. It's like let's just have fun. Let's uplift people. Let's
There
like
we go. There we go. There we go. There we go.
like I
You,
just
you,
want to
you,
uplift
you,
you.
you you invite them to a different elevation in their
Yeah,
body,
thank you.
and when you invite them to a different elevation in their body and their beingness, you're also inviting them to be curious. Curiosity, like addiction, the more you want to do it. I never feel more confident after a call with you, and that's a compliment. What I feel after a call with you is more curious,
Oh,
because there's a lot of confident people in the world that have no capability. They're very confident, and they're just being destructive all over the fucking place. I swore on your video. I apologize.
it's okay. It's all good.
I'm pretty good. So they're confident, but they're not competent. You, through curiosity, invite me to explore more, which brings forth competence and more curiosity, and competence and more curiosity, and competence and more curiosity. And so I explore my new neighborhood, like you shared with us the other day in Remarkable. I would like to officially close it here. I'll edit off anything after we just do a little closing here. How do people find you?
Um, my website, singwithalessandra.com,
Wow,
or
can you spell that? Because that's a lot of
you
letters.
know, I know it's. Well, do you want me to write it down, or are we just saying that?
I tell you what, write it down. I'll put up a link and I'll make sure that there's a something.
Okay.
Yay, us. And so I want to thank you for letting me use my lesson to promote you
Oh,
and explore me and explore you and explore me exploring you and you exploring me and sharing our fellowship and our fathers.
thank you. And you know, we both have mothers who are Peggy.
Oh, and they're beautiful, the pearls. Margaret means pearl. Oh dear.
Okay. Thank you, Twenty. I know we're family for sure. So
For sure. Now stick around. I love you.